What's up? It's naturally Nami, and we're here with a new set of videos in Medellin, Colombia. Bienvenidos. You know, I always have my notes ready because we're just not there. We're just being able to talk without being all over the place. You know what I mean? So, this is my first impression of Medellin. I've been here for a week now. A week and some change, and I just wanted to give a little bit more insight at the beginning because I tend to just let myself get into things. I'm very much so a person that I need to have like everything done. Like if I move, my whole house is unpacked within the week. I need to be organized. And there's just something that brings me peace about getting all my ducks in a row. That way I can chill out. So I did that, but I want to be better about just kind of talking about things as I'm feeling them. If this is your first video that you're watching, I was in Costa Rica for 8 months, and I was in Thailand before that as well for 8 months. That was not on purpose. 8 months just happened to be the lucky number. I didn't record my videos until like towards the end. And so this time I'm just, wanting to give you guys how I'm feeling along the way and see how I like that. So first off, my very first impression, well, number one, the airport is very far from the city. Like I look at the maps and everything of the cities that I'm going to just see where everything is. Like that's a part of my planning process. And I was seeing an airport right smack dab in the middle of the city, but that wasn't the right airport. There is an airport in the middle of the city, but that is not the airport that everybody flies into typically. I'm not really sure what that airport is for. I have not done the research on that. I would assume it's more of like a private, smaller airport. But yeah, the international airport, MDE, is an hour away, basically. It's only like a $30 Uber ride, so that's really nice. But yeah, it's an hour away nonetheless. So that was the first impression. The second impression, and really like I would say the first of the actual city, was wow, this city is huge. If you know LA, it's super big, but it's very spread out. If you know New York, it's very big and it's also spread out, but there it's the concrete jungle, so it's like everywhere. Medellin is literally humongous, and it's like nestled in a little valley of just mountains. Like I don't even know if you could call the valley, I don't know if it's necessarily like a valley. I don't know exactly what it is, but like I was in a hotel in Laureles. I don't know how to say it. I was in a hotel and I go out my balcony. I was on like the 8th floor, and I just look out and it's just crazy. You really cannot even see all the tons of little houses on the mountain. And then not only that, it's not just little houses. Like there's skyscrapers, there's condos, there's like big buildings, and they're everywhere. I was not expecting for this city to be so humongous. And I did watch Narcos. I guess I didn't really pay attention to Medellin because what the hell, bro? Like, really, what the hell? It's crazy. It's crazy big. Another impression was that the city seems pretty clean to me, honestly. I feel like they do their due diligence just in this week that I've seen. They do their due diligence to ensure that it stays clean, at least in the places I've been. The area that I'm in is not like super popular. It is kind of outside of a popular area, which doesn't really mean anything. It's a city, you know, like just like LA or New York, one street is nice, the next street is not a street that you are even going to drive down. But yeah, it's like pretty clean, and I genuinely, right outside of my place and most places, there are green areas for walking. I don't really know too many places that are like this, or I've just have not experienced it, but it's like everywhere. Like you can just go outside, and in your neighborhood there's going to be walking areas of greenery, and there's always people maintaining them. Like on the daily, I see people maintaining them. Not only that, they're like planting things. And I did read before I came that there are like this is a part of their regeneration. I don't know what the word is, honestly. It's late. Don't judge me. But this is a part of their like trying to make the city better and stuff. And they actually have certain like materials in the road that soak up the water that allow the trees to still grow. And then they're like super big about being eco-friendly. I don't come down on me for the words that I'm choosing right now, but they are really trying to make a change, and they're influencing other cities to also do so and other places to also do so, which I think is really freaking cool. And you can see it. Like I've only been here for a week, and I'm not joking. I've seen them working on the land that is right outside my house and in the middle of the city. So I think that is super freaking cool. They have a lot of parks. There are so many parks here, and you just see everybody outside. Like it's a thing to just be outside. There's a metro here. The metro system is really nice, and it stretches all throughout the city, which I love. I come from California where you need a freaking car basically. Unless you live like right by the metro, the buses suck. Here, the buses pass right by your house and take you straight to the metro. And I'm pretty sure that's like included in the fees or something. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I read that. Don't quote me on that, but I'm almost positive like they make it easy for you to just get to where you need to go. And you can just hop on something and just go. So the transportation is really nice, and you just see people walking everywhere. Again, I'm not used to, I mean, I've lived in Seattle, I've lived in Phoenix, I have lived in Louisville, like LA, obviously. And I just haven't really seen a city that operates in that manner. I have been to New York, and I know that's a big thing in New York is walking. And I just love that. Like, I love walking everywhere, or just being able to get from point A to point B super easy. Also, the Ubers here are very cheap. I mean, everything is very cheap, but it's just like you don't need a car. You don't need a car. At least I don't need a car. I mean, if I wasn't taking the Uber, I would take the metro. And we've been taking the metro as long as it's not like dark. It's clean. It's been safe. Like, I don't know. It's just, it feels nice. It doesn't feel like, oh my God, I'm sitting on a bus or I'm sitting on the metro. That's been really cool. There's also trash cans everywhere, and there's don't throw your trash away signs everywhere. Like, I'm not even joking. There are trash cans everywhere. So maybe that's also another thing, another reason why it's super clean. It's like you're not throwing your stuff away just in the street. I mean, there's definitely like litter and stuff, you know, but it just overall seems very clean, especially for a big city. They have their rundown places. It's a city. There's definitely new rundown spots and everything, but I'm used to LA. So Skid Row, friggin' Seattle with the poop on the street. Like, yeah, this is nice. This is clean. It feels like they really do care about their city. There are a lot of parks. They have a water park that's free to the public. They made it in thinking about giving access to public spaces for people who aren't able to pay for them. So, yeah, it just really seems like they are doing a lot better than a lot of American cities that I've been in terms of caring for their people. All of the malls here, which I like, malls are a dying thing in the States but all of the malls here have arcades, like nice arcades. And there's a lot of malls here. Like, it's a thing to do to go to a mall. I am really not a mall dweller, but these malls have whole soccer fields, they have amusement parks. These malls have amazing places for kids to play. They have a lot of stuff, and that's after coming from Asia, where I feel like those malls are pretty big too and have a lot going on. These Colombian malls got them beat for sure. For sure. Another thing is that Colombians love their chicken. There are fried chicken spots everywhere. Like, they do not play around with their chicken. And I just think that's so funny. Another thing is that it's very diverse. It's very diverse here in terms of the shades of colors. There's a lot of black people here, melanated people. There's a lot, like, and I wasn't really expecting that, especially coming from Costa Rica. I know Panama is like more heavily melanated Hispanic country, but I just didn't expect to see this many melanated people around me, which is really freaking cool. If you've been following me on my journey, you know that that is a checked box for me. So we came and it's been cold. We're also coming from the Caribbean in a beach town in Costa Rica. So I know that my body has some adapting to do, but yeah, the typical weather here is spring weather. Obviously, we know that could be warm or that can be cold. It's been raining and it's been cold. Like, I literally went shopping today and bought long sleeves, and I got Wildy some like actual jeans, which she hasn't had jeans in a minute, but I got her some like heavy pants just because it's cold. And yeah, I honestly like that. It's a nice change, and the fact that it doesn't stay like super cold, it doesn't get super cold is a plus for me. But yeah, it's been cozy. It's been raining a lot, and I need to get an umbrella. Okay, I ran out of storage on my phone, so I had to delete some videos. Yikes. So I'm gonna try and hurry up, finish this up before I gotta figure out what the heck else to do and delete. Yeah, so basically, they care about their city. It's been very easy to find like good food here, good quality food. The prices are so nice. I went to a produce store, and I grabbed more fruit that I could handle. I had my bag with me. I was holding a watermelon, like my bag was full. I probably shouldn't have been putting that much weight in it to begin with, but I filled up the fridge basically for $4. And that was really freaking cool, especially coming from Costa Rica. And then they have a health tax here, so they tax you on overprocessed foods. And I just think that alone is pretty cool. Like, yeah, go ahead and tax me on the stuff that I should not be eating. Thank you for that. It's a vibe here, honestly. There's always people playing music. There's always music everywhere, which I find really like wholesome. I feel like it's nostalgic for me, just growing up and being in cookouts and like hearing people blasting their music on a Sunday morning. Here it could be any time of day. Right now we're in a festival season. It's Feria de los Flores, and so people are just celebrating. It's not anything crazy, but I swear it sounded like there was a block party going on. One of the days I got home from whatever I was doing, I took Wildy to the park, and it turns out that it was just like a family of 5 sitting around a table that put out in the street, and they just had a huge speaker and they were just playing cards and listening to music, and it was nice. It was really nice. So we were just like at the park, and Wildy was playing and we were just listening to music. It was cool. And then, I mean, it's a city, so obviously it's going to be more busy. And I also just came from a super small beach town, so I think it's probably there's an element that is makes it a little bit more like wow to me. But I mean, I've also lived in a city plenty, and yeah, it's just like it's a different vibe here. Everybody's really nice. The Spanish, you like, I don't know how people are getting by here without speaking Spanish, to be completely honest with you. I guess Poblado is like gringo area, so maybe there's a lot more English speakers there. I was in Laureles, and I really have no idea how people are getting by without speaking Spanish. Maybe they're just using their translator the whole time, but I don't know. I When I go out, I'm not speaking English. Like, there's been a few times where I've been searching for a word and said it in English, and it wasn't like an uncommon word, and they're like, no, no, absolutely not. So yeah, I don't know how people are getting by without speaking English here. I mean, without speaking Spanish here, but it is definitely a Spanish speaking country. Like, Costa Rica is supposed to be a Spanish speaking country. No, Colombia is most definitely a Spanish speaking country. Another thing is that the air is very dry here. It's very dry. My skin is very, very, very dry. I typically don't put moisturizer outside of a little bit of my moisturizer that I make, my face serum, in the morning and a little bit more at night. But I have been like, anytime I'm home, even just periodically throughout the day, I'm washing my face and I'm putting moisturizer on. I don't even wash my face. I just wash my face with water, but obviously just to like make sure that it's clean. And then I'm putting my oil on my face because it's that dry here. And I felt that a little bit in San Jose, just going the switch between beach and mountain city environment is definitely a change, but this is like crazy. Like I'm making sure that I'm drinking my gallon of water every single day, which is something that I haven't really done in a minute because I just was it was too much. It was the overload in Costa Rica, and here it's definitely not. Like, I'm probably like, I've also been eating crazy amounts of fruit just to get that water from the fruit and everything, because walking around with just skin dry, face dry, like pores all out and just visible because there's nothing moisturizing my face in the first couple days that I got here. Yeah, I already said, like, there's parks, there's so much green everywhere. It's really cool. It feels like jungle, and it feels like a city jungle, and that's really awesome. That's something that I haven't really experienced yet. There's green everywhere, and it's really, really comforting being in a city with green everywhere. But yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Those are my first impressions on Medellin. I'm really excited to be here, and I'm really excited to get more of the scoop. I'm looking forward to having a little bit more flexibility in what I get to do, what I get to show. So make sure that you're following along with my Life of Nami vlogs, because that's where I'm walking around or sharing what I'm doing. And these videos are more informational and just kind of giving you guys the inside scoop as I go along. So yeah, if you want to know more, definitely now is the time to ask me whatever questions, put them down in the comments so that I can keep my perception open for those answers that I'm going to find you. And yeah, if you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to know more, please subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and you guys have been eating up on my Costa Rica videos. I'm super happy about that, and super happy to hear the feedback that they're so helpful. And so yeah, I'm just soaking up and settling into Medellin, Colombia, and I'm excited to be on this journey. Thanks for watching through the whole video if you made it this far, and go ahead and follow me, Nami Hiwa, on Instagram, Nami Hiwa on TikTok. Follow the link in the description to take a survey and let me know where you'd like us to travel together and what you'd like to do there, wherever we decide to travel. If you are planning a trip and you would like an international planning checklist and breakdown, go ahead and follow the link in the description that leads to my site, www.naturallynami.com, where I have loads of blogs and information, and yeah, that checklist for free.